Hey guys, this is Summer with your daily Twin Flame energy read. I hope everybody's doing well and everybody's ready for Christmas. I think I just have a few more presents to wrap and I'm good to go. So I wish everybody a Merry Christmas Eve. So today I'm going to do a spread for the couples of the Twin Flame community, separated and not communicating, okay? So this is couples that have come in together and then triggered, separated, and gone their separate ways. And typically, no communication, okay? I'm going to do a past, present, and future to save screen time. I went ahead and laid up my foundation cards. So we're going to get started with the recent past. However, first, I'm going to start trying to implement this with the readings and kind of give you like a numerical number that kind of signifies where your union is at in the present energy it's at. It's typically 1 or ace through 10. And that kind of helps you just understand numerically where you're at, since we work with numbers in tarot. So what I pulled for you guys is number 7. And this signifies reflection, assessment, and motives. So this could be, but not limited to, the theme of your reading. This specific union, I do see a lot of air, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. And at this time, your union could be in reflection mode or assessment mode, and kind of secret motives, hidden motives, or wondering what people's motives are. So kind of just assessing the whole situation is what I see here. So in the recent past, we have 4 of air. Again, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Excuse me. What this kind of suggests is someone taking stock, reaching for stability in their mind, kind of just taking a rest and allowing themselves more leeway, allowing themselves more time to make a decision, and not really having the energy to make the decision yet. So they're just kind of resting and meditating and hoping that the answer comes to them once they've rested up and, excuse me. It can also signify being unsure and having too many thoughts going on in your head to be able to make a decision, and in hopes that taking a rest and conserving your energy, that the answers will just come to you when you feel better or more livened up, I should say. Again, we have another 4. Which is stability, trying to reach stability. 4 of Pentacles is kind of hoarding. It can be hoarding money, but in a relationship sense, this is someone not really willing to give up their heart to you, not willing to tell you the truth, not willing to provide you with answers, not really willing to share their emotions. And this goes hand in hand with not being able to make a decision, not being very forthcoming with their energy or recognition. Standing guarded, being ready to fight. So I see in the recent past, what I'm getting is from the gist of this is that in the past, this could be for some of you the reason separation began or occurred, is someone wasn't really willing to let their guard down in an emotional aspect. They may have been very detached, very hard to kind of break that shell, that outer hard shell. This could be somebody successful, or that just is self-sufficient, independent, makes their own money, doesn't really need anybody else, doesn't really have any codependency issues with money. And so they're fine being alone. And along with that, they've conditioned themselves to not really give their heart up due to past experiences. So I see your counterpart, whoever this, resonates with in the recent past, they were just too selfish to give up their heart. Well, they were selfish that they didn't provide reciprocation in the relationship. And they were defensive on letting their guard down, giving you their heart. So they ended up looking selfish and just kind of immature and unwilling to really dive in deep in the relationship like you really wanted, like the counterpart really wanted. Excuse me. So I feel like for this specific couple, you guys kept trying to reach a stable point in your relationship, reaching some sort of stability. And what I'm feeling is that it never really came to fruition. It never really came to action because you guys were always trying to meet in the middle, trying to gain stability, and it never really occurred. So you kind of just broke off. I feel like for a lot of you, the masculine kind of always being on the defense, and I feel like he would let his guard down for a few days, show you enough to keep you there, because from past experiences, he knows that that's what he has to do. He has to give a little bit. He can't just be completely guarded all the time, or he would have no friends or, anything in life. So he would give you a little bit, and then he would draw away, and then he would put up his walls and be selfish. And I feel like this left the feminine or whatever counterpart this is referring to constantly drained of energy, constantly just backing off and laying down and saying, I can't handle it. I just need to sleep. I also see, excuse me, my allergies act up in the morning. I also see that there was some sort of depression in this particular masculine. This masculine could have slept a lot. And if it does resonate with the feminine, I see her sleeping a lot in a case of depression as well. So for the present moment, we have 10 of air. Again, I'm strongly getting the energy of Libra, Gemini, Aquarius in this reading. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so sorry. So without pulling any clarifiers, the energy I'm getting from this is the masculine and feminine are coming out of depression mode. It says recovering from an addiction, but I'm getting from spirit repeatedly that this particular couple both had, like if you think about it, all twin flames, they have a similar upbringing, they have similar, traumas, they have similar karma cycles or lessons, and just similar characteristics about them. Like typically they'll have the same thing wrong with them, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but like typically, one will have an addiction, other will have a similar addiction, or one will have, jealousy issues, and the other one will have like similar issues. Okay. And for this particular twin flame, relationship, I feel like both couples have a depression issue or an anxiety issue, mainly depression. And it doesn't have to be really bad. It doesn't have to be debilitating. But I feel like this is what you guys mirror each other with, and one of your lessons that you're here on earth helping each other with. So in the present energy, I see that you guys are both coming out of a depressed mode. You're both waking up, getting off the bed. You've had enough sleep. You know it's time to get up. You're trying to embrace the changes, even though it's hard and it drains your energy. You feel like the air has lifted, the air's getting lighter, and you're expecting things to get better now, is what Spirit is kind of guiding me to. You're trying to get out of the difficult situation, I feel like, and you feel like you've just been through a roller coaster, a bad dream, like a nightmare, just very traumatic is what I'm getting. And it's like you have a new uplifting spirit about you, but you've still kind of got your head tucked, a little weary, a little weak, a little, weak on energy, and a little weary that something else is going to come out of the blue and hurt you. So it's like you're up, you're out of bed, you're moving around, but you still got your, you don't have your blinders on. You're looking around to make sure nothing kind of hits you from behind. Still worried that any little thing that's said to you or happens around you can knock you back down. So it's like you've come out of this depression. However, you're very meek. You're very aware that it could, happen again. I might have to take a break and just get my coughing fit out. Okay, so this clarifies you coming out of a depression, and it's showing me also, I'm getting that you were addicted to this person. You were addicted to your twin flame. You still are, but this is why it hit you so hard. And I think that's why addiction was coming up here, is because you had to get over this relationship and this separation just like a recovering addict did. Okay, now the addiction part makes sense. It was an emotional codependency. It was emotional addiction. And that's not to say in a bad way. That doesn't make you a bad person because you got addicted to someone. What that tells me is that you guys were connected on such a deeper level that it was magnetizing. You had no other choice to become addicted to each other, to addicted to that person, addicted to that feeling, especially when you've never felt it before. Similar to a drug that gets you really high. It makes you feel really good. Okay, so yeah, this is the ending of this emotional turmoil for you. I feel like you're coming out of this addiction. You're recovering slowly but surely, a little weak, but coming out of it. You're gaining your energy back, and I feel like for a lot of you, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You feel like it's coming to the end of my depression. It's coming to the end of this difficult situation. And you're starting to feel the stability. Feel it even out. Feeling the balance of the scales with the Six of Pentacles. It's balancing out everything. And you are expecting things to get better now. And from what I can tell, the Divine Feminine, I see her thinking and feeling that I don't ever want to feel this way again. It's like she's almost too scared to even think about the divine masculine because she doesn't want to go down the rabbit hole again. She's finally coming to stability, reaching that stable feeling in her emotions and her finances, being able to have the energy to go to work, things like that. Talk to people that she's like too scared to even go back, even if it was brought to her attention, even if the, you know, opportunity arose. So let's see what's going to happen in the future. Wow, this is intense, you guys. Whew. So the upcoming near future. I see a lot of green here. A lot of money is coming up for the future for you guys. Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yep. So I feel like some of you will be finding something to bide your time, finding something to occupy your mind. Possibly you were scrolling something like on Facebook and you saw an ad and you're like, whoa, that's pretty cool. That's really interesting subject. And so you're like reading up on it. Maybe you bought a book. But for some of you, I feel like this is work related and you're kind of diving into your work. That might be more the masculine than the feminine, but both parties are burying themselves in something that occupies their time. Something that requires their attention, their full-on attention. Something that keeps them interested and reading and learning and stimulating their mind. Kind of giving them a mini adrenaline rush. And what they don't even realize is they're just tricking their mind to trade one addiction for the other. Trying to find something interesting, trying to buy their time, trying to find something a little more, you know, a little addicted that makes them happy so they can focus on something more healthy. To bring themselves out of feeling hurt, loss, and regret. They're coming out of, they're doing this to come out of the Eight of Cups, come out of sorrow, leaving the past behind, leaving the sadness, leaving the worry, leaving the heartbreak and the pain, and moving to a better situation, the future. And that's the best way they know how to go about doing it, is in baby steps and finding something for themselves, which is fabulous. If you know anything about me and my channel, I love when people work on themselves. It's the most rewarding thing you could do for yourself. So this is the divine feminine, mostly, I feel like, moving on towards something more fulfilling. Interesting. I don't know what this means, but we'll see. That is so interesting. All right, let me try and break this down. So I have the Eight of Earth with the Eight of Cups, 2 eights, 7 of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. So this specific union is moving right along in their journey, in their separation, in their cycles, I feel like. I mean, this particular couple, I feel like, is very advanced on their ability to heal, on their ability to learn lessons and assess them and absorb them and go to the next step. And I hardly ever see that. So this is pretty awesome. And it may be that you have the sign of, that you have Earth in your chart. Typical Earth signs, especially Taurus, they don't like sitting still. They like getting things done. They like having attainment. They like knowing what they have and working towards their goals and working steadily, which could also signify why you have this 7, attainment. They like attaining their goals. But what I'm confused about is, you know, you're burying yourself in something, you know, rewarding for yourself. Mentally. Learning about a topic. So you can get out of this funk of loss, moving on towards something more fulfilling. But then we have this sneaky character right here, the 7 of Swords. Somebody's sneaking away. Like a thief in the night. To become single. So what did you got? What are you guys sneaking away from? This is very, very interesting. Okay, so just to reiterate, we have someone, I feel like the feminine is moving on to better themselves, to be happier, to go to a safe zone. I hear safe zone a lot. I'm going to my safe zone. But for some reason, you're going to be sneaky about it. This could be that this 9 of Pentacles here, it's, you know, you working on yourself, you being independent, an entrepreneur, basically financially making money like a boss on your own. Very independent, feminine energy. But you're being really sneaky about it, which is interesting. Maybe it's something that you make a lot of money at. Maybe it's something that you don't want the divine masculine to know. Let's see, why are you being sneaky about it? Why are you being so sneaky, girl? Okay, so this shows me that we're going to have to pull some cards for the divine masculine because this is all feminine, I feel like. But when I ask why you're being sneaky, the answer it gives me, and you're going to have to figure this one out, but the answer it gives me is the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Ace of Swords upright. So you're having to be not forthcoming about this victory that you're riding into. You're being you're being manipulative and kind of having to hide something and being just kind of manipulating your way to a victory. That is so strange. So you guys will have to let me know what this means because You're sneaking away for some reason to better yourself, yet you're being not forthcoming with your masculine or the world. But it's so you can win. This could be good intentions, but I have a feeling that for some of you, it's just kind of you lying to get what you want in the upcoming future. So kind of playing dirty just to get what you want. I mean, it is what it is. So let's see the upcoming future for the Divine Masculine, because that was all the Divine Feminine. Okay. So this goes with the rest of the reading, the Divine Masculine. And this is why I told you, I really think you guys have a similar path. And just like, for example, me and my masculine had the exact same like lessons and path and upbringing. And the main thing that brought us together was to heal our past trauma, heal our codependencies, heal our, we had a lot of defenses up. We don't let people in. We've never been married. We don't like getting serious. Like, that's one of our main lessons in being together, is healing traumas and opening up that stuff. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because typically twin flames, your twin, you two will have a similar, goal. And the reason why you come together, okay? And that's why you have similar things, so you can help each other through it. And this couple, I promise you, it's depression. It's it's releasing. It's healing each other. And the Divine Masculine is doing that same thing in the upcoming future, just at a later time. So I don't feel like you guys are exactly mirroring each other. I feel like you do. You're like mirroring each other, and then the feminine will move up just a little bit. And then it takes a minute for the masculine to catch up. And then it just goes like this. You guys keep going in waves. But again, you guys are moving along faster than I've ever seen any twin flame. So that's great. Also could mean that you guys are older souls. But the Divine Masculine has release. And it kind of insinuates that the Divine Masculine is ending a phase or difficult situation and going through a transformation and realizing it's time to release my ex. It's time to release my feminine. It's time to move on. So it takes him a little bit longer to release you, feminine, but it is all necessary to come back together. So in the near future, the masculine will finally start coming out of his depression and getting up off the bed and realizing it's time to move on and release this burden and this depression and this sadness and this difficult situation. He's also, with the Ten of Wands, he's releasing a lot of burdens, a lot of stuff he carried on his back. He also feel like he burdens you. But he also felt like it was a lot of work, because it tore into his soul just to even have the energy to wake up every day, let alone try and be open with his feminine. Yeah, you guys have a lot of healing, but you guys are making amazing progress. Yeah, so he's ending this burden. However, unlike the Divine Feminine, who knows where she's going and wants to get there at any cost, the Divine Masculine, releases his depression, his burdens and anxieties, and has enough, oomph to get up in the morning now, but He's still juggling in his head what the hell to do. I'm at a crossroads. Now what do I do with my life? I had it in my head for so long that she was it. And now it's thrown me off my throne with the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now I don't know which way to go. I had this vision in my head for a little bit, and now I'm just kind of lost again. I also feel like with the King of... Oh, hold on. The King of Pentacles in reverse is kind of like a tyrannical dictator. Somebody that was too controlling. So it's kind of gonna be not really in his highest power. Kind of just like coming back out of a difficult situation, but not at his strongest, okay? Let's draw one more card. So what will be the final outcome of this matter in the future? You guys, you got the Ten of Cups. You will eventually be back together. Aww. Possibly in 12 months. Okay, so with the Eight of Wands, your advice for this Eight of Wands and this Ten of Cups, you guys, is to not think you have to control everything. The thing is with the Eight of Wands is it's fixed, okay? It's like already set in motion. Eight of Wands is like a pair. It's a group. It's not, they're not going to go individually and go in the ground every which way. They're shooting up. It's almost like they have an invisible string that's bonding them together. So they're all going to go down together. And the thing is, if you mess with one arrow, you could change the whole trajectory of everything that's going to happen. So it's already saying it's predetermined. It's divine. Everything is going to happen the way it's going to happen. So no worries. So don't alter it because it could alter your whole relationship. It could change everything. So it's already set in motion. Let it play out the way it's supposed to do. All you have to do is heal. Be yourself. Find yourself and love yourself. I'm going to pause this so we can get a few more cards because I'm almost out of time. Nope, I am out of time. So I hope this helped. I love you guys. I'll see you.